I think we are in here and good to go. Okay. All right. Awesome. We are back. Impact in action. And this is week three, session one of our 10-week series, of the building before the breakthrough. And it has been blessing me. It has been blessing me. We have been talking about kind of building off of week one, where we discussed all of the different ladies and, them just being a community of women who are building and growing together, all of the things. And then now we are talking about each person's individual story. So last week we talked about Maria's story. So again, you guys subscribe, hit the bell so you can get the notification whenever we have this material coming out. Again, this is the know-how and how-to of entrepreneurship development. And so we're all here for you, about you. What we're doing now, though, is we're starting with the woman, the becoming before the business, the becoming while doing the business, right? Because if you're okay, your business is not okay. So we will jump right in and we will talk about Miriam this week. And I will go ahead and share my screen. All right. All right. Awesome. And then again, you guys, if you see any part of yourself in these ladies' journey, or you resonate, put it in the comments. I read the comments. I'm excited to hear about you all's journey and just witness your journey and all of the things. So, Miriam. Miriam is recently married. She's recently married and they have a blended family. So she started off with two. He started off with three. Now they have five together. And Miriam is boss lady. Okay, Miriam, she run things, right? And so she's like, I got this because I run adults all the time, right? But how many of us know that adults and children are two different, especially adults that are being paid, right? And so it's stretching Miriam in a way that's really going to help her with her entrepreneur endeavors, right? Because again, when you have a team, and especially if you are a small business, from idea to a fully functioning business, normally you start off with humble means, right? And so you have to build your team. Normally, your team is not coming in out the gate making salaries. So if people are not making salaries, you have to learn how to be nice to people, and all of the things. Which, of course, all of our leaders are nice leaders, right? We're servant leaders, but Miriam. So the myth of the myth of perfect leadership. Miriam's story from performing, leading to authenticity, right? So, for the woman learning that authentic leadership is not perfection, but the courage to lead honestly while still growing. So, what if the leader your family needs is not the polished version of you, but the honest version of you? And this is why I always say fall in love with your situation, because when you fall in love with your situation and what God has already entrusted you with and what God has blessed you with, then you kind of see, like, you tap into what it is that you need for the next season, right? And so if you need patience, sometimes he will give you children that will make you be patient. If you need humbleness, he will put you in situations that will make you be humble, right? And things of that nature, right? And so if you lean into, and this is where, kind of we come out the wilderness season, instead of having to be there for 40 years, we're there for the 7 days that originally was supposed to be, right? Because we lean into what it is, the season that we're in, and we learn what we need to learn so we can keep it moving, right? So perfection can look like leadership while hiding fear. Miriam believed a strong leader should always know what to do. Trying to hold every transition together made leadership feel like performance. The more she protected the appearance of control, the harder it became to create genuine connection. And so, with Miriam coming into um, a new dynamic, a new family dynamic, a new way, because these boys are already adjusted. And if you think about leadership and if you think about business, because Denisha, what does this have to do with our business? If you think about leadership in business, or even if you're doing like contracting, or if you are, leading and you move to a new region or whatever the case may be, if you're coming into something new and you're coming into a new dynamic, humility is the key. Just like with Miriam's story, she stepped in, oh, I got this, right? And we're going to, she had the plan, she had the schedule. This kid was going to be in this sport, this kid was going to be in this sport, and it was going to work like this, right? And then she woke up the morning, Monday morning, I'm mom, I'm married, you know what I'm saying? I have these babies, and this is going to be our schedule for today. And then Elijah didn't wake up. And the 30 minutes that she had for Rashad to be in the bathroom, she had to get Elijah in there because Elijah wouldn't wake up on time when he was supposed to wake up. So you see what I mean? And it doesn't matter what the dynamic is. This is just kind of what happens. And for a while here, Mariam was still holding it together. She still had her game face on, especially as leaders, right? Because we are good at the game face, okay? And so Mariam had her game face on. She's ready. She's going. And she had her game face on for about 2-3 weeks until sometimes, and then what I say is sometimes it gets so crazy, it's just like, okay, Lord, okay, Lord. And when things just start, going haywire, and now one of the kids is acting up in school, and I got to take off of work to go see about the kid. And I want hubby to know that I'm good, that I got it, so I'm not going to call him and ask him what's going on, even though he knows the dynamic and he knows what's going on. I'm not going to call him because I got this, I'm wifey, I got this, right? And it's taking that same mentality of work at home. But what the kids were needing, they weren't needing a boss, they were needing a mom. And so, in the transition, what if leadership requires authenticity, not perfection? So, when Miriam was able to get to a space where she was honest with herself, right? This is why the prayer corner is so vital. It's so vital because you get to yourself and God will show you, and God will show you so gently. He is a gentle shower. Shower. I know it's not a word, but he is a gentle shower of you. And so, Miriam got to her corner and she was like, look, I'm trying to start this business, but I'm still working, and I got that. I got that. That's not a problem. I got that. But these children, how am I supposed to focus on this, and then I got this, going on, and then this kid doing this, and then my kids are starting to act, different. It might or might not be crazy to me because, you know, We want to stop and say thank you for watching. Becoming Her is your entrepreneurship development community, giving emerging entrepreneurs the know how and practical how to for building with confidence. Since you're here, we know you're ready for your next step. So visit our website, join your tribe, and claim your free resources. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And you can shop the merch, schedule your next step session, support the mission, and share this with another woman ready to build. Let's keep becoming together. He used to wake up on time. Now he's sleeping in with Elijah. What's going on here? And Miriam had to see that she had to relate. And instead of being drill sergeant, instead of being CEO, instead of being um you know teacher, prophet, because we try to pull out all our hats, right? We try to pull out all of our hats, right? To control things and force things to be the way that we think that they should be. But until Miriam was authentic and she said, "Look, I don't have it," is when she was able to lean on the strength of God and really see, okay, I don't I don't have it. She was carrying so many different identities at one time instead of being present in the moment. Man, being present in the moment is so vital because, and if you want wisdom, ask for wisdom. If you want discernment, ask for discernment, and God will give it to you liberally. And the reason why that's important, because sometimes in a certain situation, especially when it comes to children, when it comes to adults in leadership, they need you to be honest with them. They need you to be authentically who you are, right? They 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 need to know that you understand before, what's the saying? People don't care what you know until they know that you care. And so, kids don't play that. Kids don't care what you know until they know that you care, right? And so Miriam's family life was able to really pull something out of her that she needed to carry over into her next season of leadership as well. So what happens when your leadership style stops working? Miriam knew how to lead the office. She could organize, direct, solve, and deliver. But her children were not employees. They did not need another manager. They needed a mother that can trust and connect with them. And sometimes, because number one, our families is our biggest assignment. Why? Why? How do you know that? Because, and this is Bible, but everybody was born birthed into a family. In order to come in this world, you need a mother and a father. I don't care what science says. You need a mom, a female, and you need a dad, a male. So everyone is born into a family. And so family is very important to God. And, you know, it's important that you be connected with your children. I remember a time of, especially the time that we're in of working at home. And I remember working at home and being right here but missing things. Being at the computer but missing that my child's favorite show was this or that. Or missing, I remember when I had first started doing content creation, I had just put the little tripod up and was recording, and I saw that my kid had all of this stuff going on in the background, and I was oblivious to it. So wondering where the behavior came from or why you don't ever sit down, because mommy is so focused on being CEO that the presence that's needed to be mom, to connect, with the child was not there at the time, right? And so connecting with your family is so super important. And again, it gets you prepared for your next season because when you have employees, when you have close employees, one of the things is that I always like to say as a servant leader is if you work closely with someone every day and you don't know their husband's name or their child's name, then you're using them. If you call yourself a leader and you don't know like the people that's close to them every day, then you literally are using them because what are you talking about? Business? Okay. But who's doing the business? Right? Because it is a person behind everything. It's a person that's what we're doing. It's a person behind if you sell lemonade, it's a person that has to buy the lemonade. If you do lawn care service, it's a person that has to approve of you coming to cut their lawn. It is a person, and when it comes to people, you never know what somebody has going on. And so sometimes in leadership at home and at work and in your business, the CEO structured, come to work on time, be here, execute, excellence all the way, which is amazing things. But sometimes you gotta say, are you okay? How are you doing today? How's your day going so far? And care about the answer. Not just the hey, how you doing this morning? And go on about your business, right? And kids will pull that out of you. So that is it for today. We will continue Miriam's story in the next session, but I am super excited about this series, you guys. Again, if you see a little bit of yourself in it, put the comments, comment, subscribe, share with the lady that you know y'all are supposed to be doing your entrepreneurship thing together. Share with her. Let her know we are doing it together as a community. When one wins, we all win. See you.